Hi everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizons, episode 132 with me, Sid. And last episode we expanded out some of the, destroyed the, or removed the old storage system building. I continued with that, and we have now added a new floor, which is going to have an extension to this. We're going to carry on these up that side there, so I can just get into them. We've got a new floor, and this is a space where we are going to move these tanks up. We'll leave these ones in place for now, but we're going to have another 12 tanks up here, water tanks. This is the water tank sidings. These are going to pump down beneath into an individual 3x3x some iron tank for containing water. So that's all going to go in nicely into there. And then, and I'm probably over engineering that, these tanks are going to go down into, let me get below, those tanks are then going to feed the higher speed advanced medium voltage boilers, plus the charcoal of course. So they're going to go in here, which are then going to feed this tank. So you're going to have multiple boilers, then the steam will basically come off via these protein tanks. I think 600 millibuckets of steam will be more than enough, because these ones do 750 steam per second. The higher next one up is to 1500, so it's double. And then that steam will go into there, and obviously we'll be able to hopefully keep this thing full. Now it is full at the moment, everything's recharged, so we can at least work there. As I say, I am almost certainly over engineering that. A lot of this flooring and this is going to change. We're going to, it's going to be a work in progress. But I need to do something about my power, and I think that's probably the best thing. So we've extended this out over the edge. I will possibly take out this solid floor eventually. Who knows? We'll work out what we're doing up there as we go. But the first thing I need to do is water siding blocks. And water siding blocks require a number of things, and one of those things they require is these. So we are going to need a bunch of those. Let me just check, there's an assembler version. Ooh, hang on a second. Let me, I'm sat there going off on these, going, that's relatively cheap, yeah. But then we've got these now, we've got refined glue, wooden frame box, and an iron rod makes one. And a wooden frame box is just 4 sticks on program 4. Okay, we can handle that probably. Or I can do it with a magnetic rod, makes no difference. I can do it with a raw tight rod, makes no difference. I can do it with 4 steel bolts, and 4 wooden frame box makes 3. I don't want to use steel, because steel's pricey. 2 with poly, no, okay, hang on, what were you? You were glue. I think we'll go there, but we can go glue. So I need to make a whole load of these, and that is just a whole load of stickage. Now the question is, how am I fixed for stickage? If I were a stick, yeah, got a reasonable amount. Let's do 4 stacks. And put those in on program 4 in an assembler. Let's go and do it on the LV assembler, because why waste power? Assembler LV, program 4, off you go. So that will make me those, which are going to be cheaper. And I've got the iron bars, plenty of those, so that's cheaper. You're refined glue, so I actually want probably to take you out. I need to put that somewhere. Doesn't matter, you can go in there for now. That can come out. Actually, it needs to stay in there, doesn't it? Because that is where we're going to make these as well. Yes, on program 0, 33 per. Okay, that's fine. we'll do that. Like I say, I am probably overthinking this. And I'm certainly going to be over-engineering and over-proving it. But at some point I am going to want to go to boilers that can go boom when they run out of water. So having that in hand is certainly not a bad thing. Now sticks, just as a matter of interest, is there a nice simple way I can make 2 sticks from those? I can macerate roots, I can chop them to get 4, we can cut long, yeah, okay, I don't even know what that is. An awful lot of those. So we can macerate stuff to get probably just the going. With a saw and 2 planks might be the easiest way. I could probably go to the Twilight and chop down a whole load of roots. That would get me a whole load of sticks as well. But let's just get the first batch done. This will get me 64, which will do me a number of sidings. I don't know how many sidings I'm going to get. But I did a bit of back of an envelope maths. I'm fairly certain that this lot will keep up, and then we'll be able to generate a whole load of steam. I am going to change up for potting large pipes, so we are going to make a whole load of potting. Yeah, first things first, let's get some tanks built, because I'd like somewhere to actually put some lighting up there. I'm not entirely convinced that these aren't spawnable, so play it safe. Although I've never had a problem up here, have I? So I don't know. Maybe there's. We'll work it out eventually. There we go. Last lot. So take those, and then once we've done those, we'll take down to program things. We take those, and they make that. That will give me 32. That's certainly enough for 1 tank. I'm going to need to make a lot of these, obviously. Yeah, because I'm going to need 2 and 1, so I'm going to need 32 of those and 64 of those. Well, it's easily done. That will be the process. We can get 1 of them in place, and we'll move on from there. The next thing will be the tanks, because I'm going to have water buffer tanks for the water. In fact, I'll probably use wooden pipes for the water tank to the tank, because that's going to be less critical. And there's going to be 4 of them. Let me take you back down to 0, stick those in, and off these go. And that'll give me 32, I hope. Bang, there's 1, yeah. So I'll be back once they're ready. So I'll see you in a moment. Alright, we got the first 32 off. And we have to go up, and we'll do. I've kind of positioned these a little bit weirdly so they're closer to the edge. And what I'm going to do for each of these is I need to make myself a nude saw. That's the thing I need to do soon, but for now we'll do that. And I'll pop you away, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is quite enough. I'm going to replace that torch with 1 of these, just because it looks more industrial. These will change as well. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, boop, boop. And I should need 26, so I should have 6 left. I do. Look, it's starting to fill. It's got a rate of filling of 20 litres per second, because we have a relatively humid biome. At least I hope we have anyway. And that's that. That's one. So we're going to have 4 of those, and then we're going to have another. We'll have another 4 of those over there. Then we're going to have another 4 of those. And then we're going to have another 4 of those, and they're all going to be up here on the top. And the pipes go down into a tank, buffer tank. That's the other thing. So I'm going to get the first 3 of those. So I'm going to need to do another 3 lots of those. It's going to require a lot of stickage, which in turn is going to require a lot of plankage. So what I think we might as well do is go and borrow a stack of those. So turn that on, let that keep going, and then we'll run this, and then we'll do those things with a saw and make stickage. And we also get this stuff which has very little usage. We can make some paper with it in a carpenter, and I think we can turn you into mulch. That's right. So yeah, we'll get there. This takes a while to run up to speed, so not the fastest thing. And of course then we need to do some stuff. Let's come on. Oh, yeah, as I say, takes a while. Once it's there, oh, it's glorious. And I think we get 4 per 2 stacks, don't we, if we do the saw, so that will give me enough to run another full stack of those. That's the theory. I really do need to sort my inventory out a little bit, but there's absolutely nothing new there. Oh, I can't put that back, damn it. I hate that. I hate the fact you can't do things like that. Let me just pop you in there for a second, and then we can grab those. We can grab you can go there, and you can become lots of little sticks, which we can then go over and put them on program 4 and turn them into those frameage things. Program 4, and off you go. And yeah, we're away. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a short while, to make a whole load of those, and then we can work on to the next bit, which will be getting the pipage down. Now what I'm trying to work out for practical purposes is, and this is an interesting question, do I bring one pipe down into 4, join them together and put them into the tank? Because remember, these tanks are generating quite low, 20 litres per second. These can do 1200 millibuckets of water, I think, is it per tick? Let me just have a look at the pipe. Pipe. We want you. Yeah, this is 1200 litres per second. So I don't even think I need these large ones for those. I can probably get away with a smaller pipe coming down into those, maybe even just a standard pipe, which can do 600 litres per second. Or do I just go whole hog? I mean, technically speaking, it's probably easier just to do that than it is to do those. So that's a possibility. But then I'll probably bring it down to 1. It means I only need 2 valves per tank, as opposed to these 4 valves. So we can just do 2 valves, because each tank is going to supply 1 steam generator. And that's where we're going to end up, I think. Anyway, there's a fair bit of work to do between now and then, before we even start to get to the tanks. So let's get the water sidings sorted, and I shall be back in a moment. Alright, let me fill you in on what we've done so far, because it's quite a bit and it's not a lot. So we have got these 4 water towers all here doing their thing. They're piped through, started on the next batch of water towers as well, and they are piped through down here using these large wooden pipes to the starts of this. Now I need 28 iron tank walls, but because you can recycle iron tank walls, I don't have any. I had gauge because you can't recycle it. I also had the valves because you can't recycle it, but I don't have the tank walls. So let me go in here and have a look at, don't want steel, iron tank wall. It's simple enough. So I need 28, so I need 40 lots of this. So I basically need a load of iron sheet, stone, steel. I don't think I've got any. Amazingly, I don't think I've got any iron. I think I've got a fair bit of iron bolts, so we can lathe those, and I've got iron rods. We'll go and put those in the lathe, get those spinning out iron bolts. Doobie-doobie-doo, lathe, lathe, lathe. You're doing sticks at the moment. Okay, so you... Oh, I'm running out of inventory space. Okay. Let me put some of... I made the fences by accident. They were complete gaff. Those can go, in fact that one can go in there as well, along with the pipes. Don't need those for now, don't really need that for now either. So you can come out. These are the makings of the wooden pipes. Obviously those are the makings of the frames. And I'd like to just run these to screws. Let me go and make a stack of iron plates. I think I'm going to go through a fair bit of iron today. Luckily I have a fair bit of iron, and I've got a fair bit of iron to process, plus I know where there's lots of iron, so you know, potato potato really, it doesn't really matter. But I would really like to get to a point, if not to the point where I've made the if not to the point where I've made the medium voltage steam generators, certainly to the point where we have the infrastructure in place to support them. So tank wall is that, so we'll do that. I'll go and grab one more screw, and I've got enough for 11 rest crafts of that. Did I say I needed 14? Oh god, maybe I did. That'll make 2, that'll make 24. Yeah, I need more. I need more. Okay, not a problem. Get you, and we are going to whack you through the cutting machine. Yeah, you forget when you start doing a big project just how much this is going to take. And as I say, I think I'm doing overkill in redundancy here. In fact, I know I'm doing overkill in redundancy here. I'm fairly certain of the tank sidings were those, and they were those on program 4. So let's get those running. That's doing its thing. And then it's the pot-in pipes to bring the water down to the generator. Not necessary right now because these generators don't use enough. Probably not necessary when I get to the MV ones, to be honest. But we do need to push this envelope a little bit. And once that's going, then the tank will fill, so that'll be the buffer zone. And then it's the pot-in piping to the things, and that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be fairly straightforward. As I say, I'm probably going to knock out a lot of this solid roof as well, just so we can see the infrastructure once we're done. Okay, have another 4. Oh, come on. Everything's waiting on the, you know, wait, hurry up thing. Still, we'll get there. Steadily, slowly but surely, we'll have a steam setup that can actually cope with my demand for steam. Well, I hope we will. I'll be very embarrassed if I do all of this and it doesn't cope with my demand for steam, but there you go. Now this is 16, and I think I said I needed 14. I also need to sort. Ooh, hello. Bang like that. We do need a screwdriver. I said I needed 28, and that's not going to give me 28 right now. So let me take those. Oh, hang on, that's fine. We've got more than enough. Lathe these up quickly. We'll get the 28. We'll get that bit in, and then what I'll probably do is I'll repeat that and replicate it for all four of the setups. In the first instance, I think. Simple hand pump. There'll be nothing simple about it. Can be reclaimed. Okay. Well, it's something to do with pumping. But yeah, so I'll get it replicated for all 4, and I'll probably get them connected in with wooden pipes for the time being, because we're not getting the initial bit done. So just split this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's what we needed. Let's go and have a look, and then I need to work out infrastructures as well, because I want this to make sense structurally. I mean, I know it won't make sense totally structurally. It's Minecraft, you know, blocks float, blocks have anti-gravity, so you know the idea that we can make something make sense from a purely structural point of view is going to be very hard, but I think this will work. This is a 5x3, and I'm fairly certain the structures are heights 3. Yeah, we can do 5x3. Bang, and water's coming in. I'll hold 720 buckets, plus each of those will hold 400 buckets, so we'll have some like 3,000 buckets of water buffered in each section. So yeah, like I say, probably overkill. Now my thoughts kind of run to taking this lot out. We just do this bit here for starters. Then grab you. This is going to be awkward, isn't it? Grab you. I'll need to make more of these, but this will do for now. And then we can Helps if I don't throw things on the floor. Need to make another diamond saw for definite. Do you, and then we do you. And my thoughts were, have something like this, and then coming out like that, and it would come across here all the way, and it then would go that way, and it would go that way. It's going to be a little bit awkward with this. I may move this all over somehow. We'll work it out. I could actually, on this tank, route this one from it and just have that, this one here also supplying the this setup down here, which is rarely used, so that might make a certain amount of sense. And then we do the same down this side. Just take it back here for now. We could also do the same at the top if I wanted. I'm not sold on that idea though. But then this can be completely free floating. So all of the infrastructure and systems that make that up will be visible. I don't mind that. Need to do something with this, but that's easy. And then we just bring a water pipe across from here all the way down there. And ultimately that will be a thing. Have I got enough water pipe? Probably have actually. Let me... hang on, maybe not that way then. Wrench. I was about to start hacking that off. Oh man, this is awkward. It's very awkward when you've got no inventory space. So if I want you here, oh, you can turn off there. We'll make sure we've got the directions going. Oh, still not right. Damn it. I'm wasting water here, which is not critically a problem. Right, so we're coming down one. Then we're coming out like that. And then we're coming across. And we are ensuring we've got the water flowing in the right direction. Take you out and join you up there. As I say, we may upgrade this. I might not need to upgrade this poting, to be honest. This might still, be fast enough. We'll see. That's, 6,000 millibuckets of steam per second, I think, poting pipe. Let's just check. 6,000 litres per second, and that generates 750 per second. So yeah, and that's 6,000, so that's still enough for 2,500 litres per second, so I don't need to even do anything with those at all. which is good. Anyway, that's the plan. I'm going to carry on with implementing the plan. I'm also going to go and just sort out my food. But yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Alright, we're making some progress, and I have, if anybody was worrying that I was making these tanks the expensive way, with screws, and I did make some with screws before I realised I stopped, and I've been making them the cheap way, without screws in the assembler. So yeah, that was something worthwhile. Now let me let me head up. Should have some of those recipe program 2. In you go, make me a few more just in case. I'll probably never have a situation where I'm short of those anyway. So we've taken that tank out completely, and I've just piped off of here because this really doesn't use a lot. You know, that's going down just into that little steam thing. We've got the 3 tanks in. I've not done the infrastructure yet, but we've got these ones to do. And what I would like to do is just come in underneath for now. I'll work it out to get that in a moment. And get these plumbed in instead. So this one will go to the thing, then this one will come to that, and so on and so forth. So we plumbed them into the steam generator just using wooden pipes temporarily. And I may stick with wood. We'll see how we go. Anything more than that may be overkill, to be honest. Right, we need to get you over to here. Now, if I were to go like that, that might be the best way. So if I do that, we need to get out past this. Whoa. I should have my wrench on me. I do. Lovely. We'll disconnect that. I don't think this is actually necessary, but it feels like it should be. So, for the sake of doing it, then we're doing it. So we need to come from there down and we'll get these while we're at it. That's going to be a bit of a pig, isn't it? But there, we got that connected in. Yeah, and it's got water. Excellent. I think we can actually take this pillar out because we're taking that floor out, which means I can probably take this pillar out as well, actually. And then we need to do something with that corner. Still need to get that in, but that is all plumbed in, which means we can take the pipes out from above. And then we can move another tank up, and then we can rinse and repeat. So that should be doing its thing. I still do need to get the scaffolding structures in. So I'll probably not take all the blocks out, but this one we can have the pipes out of. Doo-doo-doo. And then move that one up. It's a shame when they're full of lovely water to ruin them like that, but there you go. Right, so I've got that one. I'll connect this one in to replace that, and then it's just that one there, and we should be good. I'll see you in a short while. Alright, got all the water butts up here, all doing their thing. Got all the tanks all doing their thing. Only thing left to do now is getting... that was probably not the right thing to do. Getting the water from... I'm going to have to knock out the floor, aren't I? I think. Here you are. So I need to get the water from this tank. Let's do it at that level. Oh, that wasn't nope. Stop it. How do I? Oh, hang on. Okay, well, that was interesting. That's connected. Why is that not connecting? I mean that. Okay. Why is that not connecting? Tell you what, let's something weird going on here. Don't quite understand what's going on. That's working. This is acting very strange. No! Oh, good grief. Why is this acting so strangely? Oh, bugger. Okay, this has been bloody weird. Ah, bloody. This is not a safe place to work. Try again. It's connected. What I don't understand... Ah, now you're playing. That one's not playing, but doesn't really matter. I don't think. Why is... Oh god, this is annoying as hell. Ah, this is just winding me up, seriously. Come on. Why? Ah! Alright, I'll be back in a bit. I think I figured out what's going on. I think I'd changed the mode. So, oops. So you can see here, line mode wrench, and I think that's what I'd done. So in theory, I can go and put this back in the system. I'll probably just leave it now, and I should be able to do that. So that's definitely working. All of the pipes are in place. I've not gone insane. So the only thing I need now is I need to do the actual building work. And obviously the next step, which is to do the structural work around here. We'll kind of come across there. I don't know, maybe I'll move that and pop that in there. I mean, it is going to, that block's going to be there. That's going to be a pain though, isn't it? I'm going to have to bring this down one. That's fine, we can do all that. So I need a whole bunch of this, we need a whole bunch of that. That is going to keep a section going on there, and yeah, let me get that done. Be back in a sec. Right, we've got the stuff we need. I just need to make myself a new saw because that one's not going to last. Made the saw blade, made the stuff. And we'll work this out. It shouldn't be too difficult to get to thing. These need to be that for now, and we just need to make a saw, which should be a couple of sticks, that, and a diamond saw blade. Lovely. Right, let's go and see about some structural work to our scaffold so we can see what's going. Basically, I want to be able to see what is going on in the tanks. So I think the plan will be, let's start off with this. And then we can, again, don't think this is actually strictly speaking necessary, but in the absence of evidence to the contrary, we'll do that. Now that does mean that can't be structurally integrated into this thing here, but that's fine, because what we'll do is we'll bring that across there, like this. That will just come across to that bit. That should give me enough to... This stairs we're going to change out as well, I think. So you got that going on, and yeah, we need to get this bit as well. So that works. And then we can come in and I'll take that out. Likisu. However, this also needs connecting to there. Already done that, so we'll just bring you straight across like that. Now we're not going to be able to unless I do something with this, which I could bring out, down and pipes. Probably got some more, to be fair. That should give me 64 more of those. Nope. Like that. So I think we can take out, just got to work out what I'm going to do with that item pipe. But we basically grab all of this out. And you can see there's illumination issues, so we'll have to sort of address those. But we can bring that all the way across. This is where we run into problems. I mean, I suppose I could just bring that one across there. It doesn't have to be perfect, does it? Does it? I don't know. And we've and then all of this lot needs to come out, so I can get a new means of getting up there in a moment. That's fine. Just carry on taking this lot out. Yeah, let me just work this one out. As I say, I've got an issue here which I need to address. I may take it down below and then in this way, and then we can pop. That kind of works, doesn't it? If I go down there, and we bring you out there and get rid of that, then I should oh, that was not a sensible move. Because now I've got to try and there you go. How am I going to get out of here? Let me just stab a torch down temporarily, just to address that. That we've sorted. That will work fine. Yeah, then I've just got to pop myself some more structural braces in, and we'll be good and happy. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, well, no actual progress. We're no better off than we were when we started. The only difference is we've now got a lot of water production. Oh, and this, well, I think it looks pretty damn spanky structure up there. So let's head up. So the next thing obviously is to swap out for the next level of steam generators, and then we should be absolutely fine. Famous last words. So we got up here. There's, you can see all the tanks. They're all structured, and yep, we're back in a second. Sorry about that. I just looked around and my wife was sat on the chair staring at me, and it completely threw my train of thought and rhythm. You do get very self-conscious when you suddenly realise you're... It's bizarre because I know I'm being watched because obviously you're watching me. But anyway, yeah. So the tanks are on a structure. We've got this walkway so we can investigate and inspect our tanks and make sure everything's good there. A little bit of light just to lighten the place up, and then you can come around here up onto the top and we get into the water towers. I am happy. I don't think we're ever going to need to come up here much, but you know, having access and this kind of industrial walkway, I think adds... I'm going to take those two. I don't like that. I think adds to the ambience of the place. So yeah. And on that note, I think we can... let's leave it raining. The rain is appropriate because of course these things become so much more efficient when it's raining. So this should be, yeah, filling up at a rate of knots. And in fact, I'd be willing to bet that some of those ones on the top may also be full by now. So we've got a massive buffer of water supply. That's nowhere near, obviously. But let's go down to one of the early ones. Yeah, almost a third of the way there. So that's working pretty well. And that is basically empty at the moment because that's not full yet. But on the whole, happy with that. That is there. So next episode we'll have a go at these advanced boilers. But until then, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.